got my salary increase less than 6 months that I joined a new company. And on this video, I'm going to tell you how I did it. Hi guys, it's been a while. I've done some of these my talking videos and I'm so glad to be back. And today I'm going to be sharing something juicy. I got my salary increase less than 6 months that I joined a new company. And on this video, I'm going to tell you how I did it. I'm not going to be mincing words. I'm not going to be, just cutting through the corners. I'm going to give it to you straight. Are you ready? Type yes in the comment section. I'm going to say it. Oh, for those of you that know, I work in the fintech industry and I've been in fintech for a bit. And I started working in this new company about a year ago. And when I joined, I was very excited, very happy to join the company, build their product, grow the vision and like everything. But when I was accepting the offer, I knew that I was underpaid, like grossly underpaid. And you wonder, like, why did I collect the job? Why did I accept the job? Well. First and foremost, I was out of job, to be honest. I can say a lot of things, but that's the first reason I was out of job. I was not in like serious employment at the time. But also beyond that, to be very honest, I liked what they were building. I was sold on the vision, right? And so I thought, okay, let me join because it was also in an industry that I liked, or I like, and I'm very, very big on like making impact in that industry, fintech. So I said, okay, I was going to join and I was going to prove myself for the first few months and then obviously like ask for a raise. So before joining them, before like I joined fully, like after I accepted the offer and all, I already knew that I couldn't stay even up to a year if my salary wasn't increased. And I knew I wanted to have that salary increase conversation like within maybe 6 months because I was very keen on impact. Let me do good work and then money will come. Like they say, do good work, money will come. So I decided I was going to do good work and then let money come after. So point one, are you taking notes? Where's your note? I want to see your notes. I can't find my notes close to me, but yeah, I want to see your notes. I want to that you're taking notes. I have inner eyes. Point one, have a goal. If you join a company and like you're just joining, oh, let me just pass time. You will pass time. You will indeed pass time, right? So when you join a company, have a goal. I want to make impact here. I give myself a year, right? Just like set whatever targets. For some people, it might be 3 months. For some people, it might be 2 years. For some people, it might be 1 year. But have a goal, have a target, and then be very like mindful of that target. So if you know that like your target is 1 year, you know that you're doing work that would speak for you in 1 year, right? So I had a goal, and then like I joined, and I did great work. I poured myself into the work. I'm a product manager, and like in some places, like product managers, some product managers just care about, let me just do my product work, write product documents, and all of that. I was beyond product. I was like the industry because it's a fintech industry, but it's like it's a niche in fintech, right? It's cryptocurrencies. Like that was the first time I was ever going to be working in a cryptocurrency company. I upskilled. So number two, upskill, right? Or maybe not necessarily upskill, right? But let me say skill up if it's not upskill. Take courses, take trainings, whatever would make you relevant to your job. Being an expert or being proficient in a role doesn't always translate with being like an expert in the role in the company, right? So I can be a great product manager and then I join a company and then like I'm just average. That happens a lot. So you have to like skill up whatever context you need to get as it pertains to the company you're joining or you have joined. You need to take it very seriously. So I skilled up. I was taking like trainings on crypto. I was see crypto videos, learn. In fact, I even disturbed. There's a friend of mine that was my crypto tutor. Then like I'll just ask questions. Oh, what is this? What's that? Like do research. Just like really like learn. Till I became somewhat familiar. So it got to a point where I'll be in meetings. I'll be using all these crypto terms, on ramp, off ramp, everything, and I'm like, oh, okay. I know what this is. A lot of other jargons, right? So it became easier for me to have conversations with folks, actually speak like an SME, a subject matter expert, right? Profile advice. People started trusting my judgment better when they knew that like I knew what I was saying. So that's advice number 2. Let me continue my story. So that went on, and in November, so I joined the company in July. In November, I had a conversation with my manager saying, oh, money, this money. And I was very specific about what I want. I wanted an 100%. A 100% increase. That sounds like a lot. Because usually people would get 100% when you like maybe change roles. It's very rare for you to see a company increase your salary and they give you 100% increase. So I was direct, like I want 100% or nothing. But I knew that that's 100%. I was like, that's what I wanted, but I also like, put up myself for, I don't know, like possibilities that it doesn't happen. So yeah, so number three, be exact about what you want. I mean, it's one thing to set a goal, it's another thing to say, oh, just give me anything, just increase my salary. Some people ask for salary increase and you say, just add something, sha. What's that? We don't do that here, please. Be exact about it. Call the figure, call it. It is money. It is not a ghost. It's not a lion. It won't bite you. It is money. So I was very exact. I was like, oh, I wanted a 100% increase after I had a conversation with my manager. I went back and forth, and then like she came back and said, oh, company can do 100%, but we're gonna do 50%. What do people say? At all, nine what? Bad pass. So yeah, of course, like I accepted it and all of that. So yeah, number one, have a goal. Number two, skill up. Number three, be exact when having a conversation about salary increase. Don't just say, I would like salary increase. Call that value, call that figure. I mean, other things, in the middle of all of these things, for showing up, I showed up like crazy, right? I did work that I was not necessarily I was not necessarily in my JD. I was not necessarily like an overseer of that, right, or responsible for that. And I just showed up. I was reliable. When people like call me in the night, I pick the call. So I know people say 9 to 5, just stick to your 9 to 5, but in the very corporate world, it doesn't always work like that. So show up whenever you can. There's sometimes that you may not be able to show up genuinely, even if it's at night. Yeah, it's fine. Like there should also be some work-life balance. But I showed up. I was always like at meetings. I mean, those are normal things you would expect, but going above and beyond is even like when you're not supposed to be working, you're working because you want things to be done and you want things to be done excellently well. Then that brings me to my last point: be excellent. I cannot overemphasize excellence. Excellence in your craft. Don't just like do things anyhow. Don't just this is like bare minimum. Show up really well. Excellence would mean that, for example, there's a new regulation in your industry, and you know about that regulation. It doesn't exactly concern you directly, but it concerns you indirectly, and you know the implication of that regulation. In fact, like you're already entering law or compliance or do you get like legal stuff because you know that having that knowledge will help you sort of do your job better. And last, okay, I already said last, but this is going to be bonus, right? Be likable. I cannot is it overestimate or underestimate? I don't know the English, I'm sorry. But being likable is a very, very, very strong career growth arc. It's one thing to do your job well, it's another thing for people to like you. If people don't like you, even if you are doing good work, people will talk about you and like say some horrible things. Yeah, so like I made sure that like I built rapport with my colleagues. You wonder like what does rapport have to do with salary increase? It has to do because I remember my second appraisal at work, people were saying good things about my work, but people also said good things about my personality. It was so good that my manager asked me, did I bribe people to write this for me? Like, I didn't even know what they wrote until she was reading it to me, like, during peer reviews. I didn't know what they wrote. And she read it. She's like, did you bribe these people to write all these things for you? It was not just my work. It was also my person. They felt connected to me and like they went over and beyond. And those appraisals were, those words were part of the things. I mean, like this person actually like really deserves like this raise. And I would say that I got this raise at a point where there was like a general company publication, right? Not publication per se, but like announcements that, like so there's usually a cycle for salary raise, right? We're like, oh, this year, like we're cutting down on that because yeah, like different reasons. I can't really remember. I know some people would have also gotten raised, but it was a situation where like the company wasn't generally like looking to like do a lot of like salary increase, and I still got my salary increase. So it just shows that a lot of things can change if you want it to change. I know there are some things you necessarily may not have control over, but what you have control over, do it. Do these 5 or 6 things I've told you. If it does not work, come back and arrest me. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to be sharing more career hacks, more career tips, in my subsequent videos. So please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Follow me. No, this is YouTube. So subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. Tell your friend about my channel. If your friend is looking for a channel if you have people looking for channels that just want to come see how like career people are doing their thing, my channel is that, because I don't just even only share my career, I share my life, everything on the internet. So yeah, subscribe. Thank you guys. I'm going to see you on my next video. Bye.